Hi, my name is Robert Lowther. Um, about 4.5 years ago, I got a call from a client who has become a very good friend. When this client called me, he explained that he was in the process of selling his practice and wanting to start a new practice closer to a metropolitan area that had a world-renowned children's hospital. At the time, his wife was driving about 4.5 to 5 hours each direction to take their children to the hospital. One of his daughters faced and fought and won against cancer, and his son has had significant behavioral issues. Over the last 6 months or so, his son's behavioral challenges have become more significant. Our client sold his practice, we found a new location, and we opened a new practice. All because they wanted to be closer to the facilities and the doctors and the specialists that could help their son. They have literally spent every dollar that they have taking their son to endocrinologists, neurologists, allergists, psychologists, psychiatrists, therapies, you name it, they've done it. Bottom line is that they are out of options. Their son's behavior over the last 3 to 4 months has escalated dramatically. My client, my friend, was told yesterday by a medical professional that if they did not find a facility that they could take their son to help him, that they could face losing their other children because he's a danger. This family currently sleeps in one room with the dresser across the door. The older girls take turns through the night keeping watch to make sure that their brother isn't coming in to kill them. This is not an exaggeration. This is not a drama show. This is their life every day. My friend has to watch his son 24/7, and that means that he goes to work with him. He comes home with him. Many nights, his wife and other 4 children do not stay in the home for fear of what's going to happen next. So I have been on a crusade for the last week and a half or so to find help. I have talked to every state agency. I've talked to a dozen neurologists. I've talked to neurologists that specialize in children with these kinds of behaviors. I've talked to psychologists. I've talked to state agencies and facilities. We have 2 big issues. One, he's too young. He's 12 years old. Most programs require that the child be at least 13. The other problem that we're having is that it's money. Although they have health insurance, the health insurance will not cover the kind of care that this child needs. And let me be clear, this is the kind of child that goes on to shoot up a movie theater or a school or kills his parents because he has no ability to control his thoughts or his anger. Every outburst is centered around violence. The police have been called. The child has been before a judge. It just got that bad. My client is walking around with a black eye, broken nose, split lip. His body is racked with bruises, all from putting his arms around his son and trying to calm him. These are really good people, and they have sacrificed everything. They sacrificed a successful business. They sacrificed everything they had in savings to get the son of theirs help. So I've launched a GoFundMe campaign because we have found a facility in Georgia that specializes and centers their entire program around children with uncontrollable violent outbursts. It includes medical therapy, psychotherapy. There's psychiatrists there. The staff is trained on how to handle and work with children that have this challenge. He has been diagnosed with bipolarism, but he's only manic. There's no depressive episodes. The medications that are being recommended are littered with side effects that would blow your mind. The parents are terrified that putting him on this medication is a band-aid for their reprieve, not for their son's care. So we found a facility. The problem is insurance won't pay for it. It's $80,000 a year. It's $80,000 they don't have. This family is on the verge of bankruptcy. The only other option that they currently have is to put their son back in jail. And I just don't believe that a 12-year-old, regardless of the circumstances, belongs in jail. That's not going to help him. So I've started this GoFundMe program or campaign in order to raise the monies necessary to place this child in the facility that can help him, that can help him learn how to deal with his emotions, how to not be violent, and hopefully save him. There are no services, there are no resources, there are no programs available, and I have looked nationwide. And for those of you that know me, when I put my mind to something, I don't take no for an answer. And I'm not going to take no for an answer now. The only thing standing between what this child needs and the assistance that this family is seeking is money. And there seems to be plenty of that going around in some parts of this country, but just not in the parts that need it. So I'm asking you to donate. I don't care if it's $1, 50 cents, $10, $100, whatever you can do, because we've got to save this family. I'm not going to accept that there's not a solution here. So click on the link below, donate, share. If you can't, I understand. God knows I'm right there with you. But if every person just gave $2, just $2, and we had 160,000 people do that, this problem would be solved. This child would be helped, and this family would have hope. So click below. Thank you. Bless you. Pay it forward. Thank you.